going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. Just as a reminder, if you're not actively speaking, please put your microphone on mute, and that'll cut down on some of the background noise that we seem to run into time to time. If you do that, it would help greatly. First item is Bobby Cook is going to read the legal opening for us. Bobby, you on?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This meeting is being held pursuant to Executive Order 51 issued by the Governor of the State of Tennessee. If there is no objection from the members, let the minutes reflect that the Public Building Authority members find it necessary that this meeting is being held electronically to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This meeting will be broadcast on Comcast Channel 3, Charter Channel 192, AT&T Channel 99, and United Communications Channel 207. The public may also view the meeting on YouTube. When roll call is called by the chairman, please acknowledge by stating your name. I do want to remind everyone all votes will be taken by roll call. The chairman will call your name, at which time you will express your vote. I also want to remind the members that prior to making a motion or second or asking a question or making a comment, please state your name. Mr. Chairman, if you will conduct roll call.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. I will go down the list, especially those on the phone. Please respond when I call your name. Mr. Glenn Adams.
This is Glenn Adams. I am present.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Eric Bear.
Hello, this is Eric Bear. I'm present and able to hear everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Bear. Mr. James Carbine said he was going to be absent today, sent me an email yesterday, so he's not with us. Mr. Joey Abney.
Joey Abney here. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you, Joey. Mr. Ron Crutcher.
Ron Crutcher here. Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Crutcher. Stacy Downs.
I'm here. Good morning.
Thank you, Ms. Downs. All right, we have done roll call and have a quorum. First item of business is approval of the minutes. Jamie sent out a revised minutes a few minutes ago, so those are the minutes we'll be approving with a motion. And I'll need a motion from a board member to approve.
Mr. Chairman, this is Eric Bear with the PBA. I'd like to so move to approve the minutes from July 28th.
This is Stacy Downs. I second it.
Thank you, both of you, and we will do a roll call for approval. Mr. Adams.
This is Glenn Adams, and I vote to approve.
Mr. Bear.
This is Eric Bear. I approve.
Mr. Abney.
Joey Abney, I approve.
Mr. Crutcher.
Ronald Crutcher, I approve.
Ms. Downs.
I approve.
And then I approve as well. So that motion carries. Thank you. We don't have much to go over today. Only 2 items. But if you have any questions or comments, including stakeholders, please, we'll have time for that as well. So oversight update is going to be done by Mr. Jim Cross. Jim.
Morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'm going to attempt to share my screen, so give me 1 second. Can everybody see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
This is the what we propose is our monthly update to the PBA on the Williamson Animal Center, and want some feedback on this. If you have anything you'd like to add to it, take away, we'd love feedback on it, so you can either tell us in this meeting, or I don't know how to do this full screen. Is that better?
Yeah, that looks good.
That's good.
Okay. So on the top left is just a quick agenda for today, and you can read the rest of it. Team members and project milestones, our current budget information, and then a 4-week look ahead about what's going to be happening in the next 4 weeks, and then there'll be progress photos on the right-hand side. So if you want to email us or tell us any feedback on this, we'd be happy to change this. We have both of our grading permits. When I say both, that means we have the grading permit to build the access road and the infrastructure part of this, and we also have a grading permit for the building site as well. And then the building permit should be just any day that we have the full building permit. So they've been working on site now for a week, and you can see I've got something I'm going to try to show you in just a minute. But you can see some of the progress that they've made on site. So they've been there a week, and pretty pleased with what they've done so far. Luckily, we've had good weather to work with. Looks like the end of this week may not be so good, but they've made good progress so far. And then you can look at the milestones. Right now, we're showing a completion date of mid-November. Solomon feels like, and we agree with them, if we have a pretty good winter and it's not too wet, we can probably cut that down by 4 to 5 weeks. So we're hoping maybe mid-October could be a completion date, but the outside date right now is the 19th of November. Really no budget change from last week. We're going to show you a budget summary every month, but there was no payments made, no cost in the month of July, so those numbers are the same as what we showed you the previous month. I'm going to attempt to stop sharing what I have here and show you a quick, if y'all give me just 2 minutes. Can everybody see my screen okay now?
Yes, that looks good, Jim.
Yes, good.
Okay. I want to show you a quick drone footage that we took of the site. You can see kind of the progress we made. That's the access road that's coming in right there. It's going to be tree lined on both sides. It's going to be a very nice approach to the animal center. You can see the new bypass in the background there, which the animal center will back up to. And luckily I successfully cleared the power lines without a major mishap there. And so that to your left, and we'll turn and look just a minute, that's the actual site for the animal center. Right there, that's the site for the animal center. So I'll stop it there, but I just want to kind of give you a visual of where it is and what's going on the site.
Hey, Jim, just an editorial. If you could put some music behind that drone footage next time, it would be a lot more entertaining.
Yeah, I think you may be exceeding my capabilities there, but I'll do my best. So that's the update on the animal center. If I have any questions, we'll be happy to answer those. There'll be a lot more information as obviously as we make progress on the site, but that's what we have right now. Andre, do you have anything to add to that?
I don't have anything to add to that. I'm excited though that they're moving dirt out there. It's like been a long time coming. So thank you all for what you've contributed to it.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, that's our report on the Animal Center for this month. Be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
Thank you, Jim. I'll open it up to any questions or comments from the committee members or either our stakeholders listening in as well. Anything for Jim or oversight? All right, great. Thank you, Jim. We'll move on to agenda item number 5, Grisham Smith. I think Steve Johnson's here with us.
Yes, I'm on the call. Good morning.
Good morning, Steve. You got anything for us?
I don't have anything new. We have delivered the digital downloads to Leslie Mitchell, and we are in the final steps of printing the executive summaries. An executive summary will go to each stakeholder, all the PBA members and other members of Williamson County leadership. And we are printing the individual volumes, one copy each right now, for the stakeholders so that juvenile gets the full copy of their report and the jail gets the full copy of their report. So we're trying to flow that through Leslie so there's a central point of control of release of the report. And if there's anybody that needs to be added, please let me know through Leslie, and we can certainly add other printed copies or other people to the list of folks that can get the download information. It is the full report, as we've said before, and as you have seen, is a long document of 6 volumes, many hundreds of pages. So we're in the process of delivering that to everyone now. I believe the executive summaries are printed. They're not in Leslie's hands yet. Leslie, you don't have them yet, do you? No, okay. So they're on their way. We're in the final check of that. So in the process of delivering the report, we are continuing to have bi-weekly coordination meetings with Jim Cross and oversight on the ongoing implementation strategies. And the team is preparing a presentation to the county commission, I believe in the second week of September, so that's currently scheduled, to give a short overview summary of the master plan. So I think Jeff's on the line. If Jeff, you can join me if I've missed anything, but that's currently where we are.
No, Steve,
Thank you,
that's a
Mr.
good
Johnson.
summary.
Great. Thank you,
And
Mr. Johnson. Go ahead, Jim.
if I could add to that just real quickly, we are also actively looking at 2 different pieces of property that could possibly alter the master plan. On this Friday's call with Steve and Jeff, we're going to talk about these properties and ask them to help us analyze those to see if they're going to be useful to us with the juvenile justice and the jail projects. So just to let you know, we're still looking at that, and maybe we'll have something to report to you by next meeting about that.
Mr. Chairman, and this is Glenn Adams. If I may ask Jim, if these other properties you're referring to come into play, will that change where we are now as far as planning stage?
Yeah, Glenn, it could potentially, the Juvenile Justice Center could be located in a different place than what the master plan shows. And then the 400 building, the large warehouse building, possibly could remain. But that's yet to be seen if that's going to really pan out yet or not. So we're looking at these properties to see if we could possibly save some money and also speed up the schedule somewhat for juveniles. So
volumes and let us know, and we can certainly make that happen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else? All right, one other point need to bring up is the county commissioner meeting will be on the 14th, and that will also be virtual as well. So it will not be an in-person meeting. Mr. Mayor, is that something that the commission, the building authority needs to be involved in or not? Mr. Mayor, you're muted.
Sorry, Brown. The full commission, the full county commission will meet. We will put this on early on the agenda. As for the committee itself being present, it being virtual, you can observe it. I would simply ask Brown that if it's possible for you to be on that 7 o'clock meeting that evening, that you be in attendance. So that you could answer any specific questions on behalf of the PBA board. Jim will be there, and of course, the presentation will be done. I'm not sure about Curtis or I don't know who's making the presentation for.
For our design team, Jeff Coonan and Curtis Pulitzer will be making the presentation.
Okay, thanks. So it's not a call meeting for you, but I would appreciate if you were able to be there, Brown.
Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. Great. Anything else for the judicial master plan agenda item? All right, hearing none, we'll move on. Under item 6, other, our next meeting, I think, will be September 22nd, and I imagine that'll be virtual as well. So we will move toward that. Any other thing we need to discuss? Any questions or comments from the building authority members or from the stakeholders?
Brown, this is Rogers. I do have another question, and Jim may have, this goes to Jim. But looking at that aerial again and your comment about getting the drone over the TVA lines, do we have looped electrical service for this center that Middle Tennessee Electric is looping the electrical services out there?
That's a good question, Rogers. I don't know that. I'd have to ask Middle Tennessee. What they're doing is dropping a pole in that TVA easement and then coming underground from that pole into the animal center. So what they have as far as a redundancy or a backup, I'm not sure. Now, we do have an emergency backup generator in the facility. So if we were to lose power, we still have a generator there to do that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that does. And how long is that generator power? Maybe Kevin, or you know what it is? It 30 minutes or an hour?
No, it'll be longer than that.
Okay.
It'll be as long as you can keep. It'll be as long as you can keep. Well, I think we're being fed by it's a natural gas, so it could run for a long time.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And normally at 48 hours, if we were to go to diesel, we'd have a tank that large as well. So we've got 2 days, and normally we can react with between 2 to 4 hours if we have a power outage with Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, but he indicated it's natural gas, so that'll make a big difference. Okay, you've answered my question. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Great, thank you. Anything else we need to talk about or any questions? All right, hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.